Yoshi.
Yoshi!
Nice to see you.
Hey, I like that little bow. See that?
I did.
I love that bow. I am nuts about that bow. It humbles you.
You
know?
see.
And we've got so many cocky people in this country. They need the humility of the bow here.
It's big in Japan.
Okay, so the bow, like, oh, hello. And you feel honored. So what does the word honored mean? Oh, I'm so honored. Do you feel good? Do you feel happy? Do you feel more confident if you get honored? If people bow to you, if people stand up and move their hands together, making a clapping noise, like, what exactly is that feeling? What does it mean to be honored? And also, what does it mean to give honor? First of all, why should I give respect and honor to anyone? What, did you deserve something? Are you a firefighter? Like, what respect do you deserve? And most importantly, we see from this Mishnah that who is respect, who has the concept of respect? Someone who gives respect to others. Oh, so now these two worlds are colliding. When you give respect to others, I don't know exactly what that means, then you are called respectable. Why is your own self-respect dependent on the respect that you give to others? And this has to be scientific. It can't be just some feel-good thing. Yeah, you know, just respect everyone, and then we will respect you as a reward. It has to be scientific, that you are respectable when you give respect to others. What does it mean you give respect to others, and what does it mean to be respectable? And most importantly, that we're analyzing a piece of the Talmud, a Mishnah. And the Mishnah is also scientific, that each step that it goes through is cumulative. So here in this Mishnah of the photocopy that you see, it goes through the three attributes. It says, who is someone that is wise? You learn from other people. Strong, you overcome your inner inclinations. Happy or rich, you're happy with your lot. Okay, then comes who is respectable, those who give respect to others. So why is this the culmination? In other words, I hear that you should be wise, you should be strong, you should be rich. And why does respect roll out of these three concepts? So in order to put this into context, just to introduce the way that I like to share information, I don't have a fear of public speaking. I do have a fear of public speakers because it's a form of verbal hostage, like, now I'm here and I can't get up, and this guy is just going on and on. And I definitely fear ADD speakers because they like go down one road and then like Family Guy, they make a left, and all of a sudden in the middle, like, and let me ask you a question, why is that true? Why does the verse say that? I'm like, why didn't you ask that question earlier? Now I was in the listening mode, now you're switching me up with the question mode. Come on, be consistent. So I like to speak in a triangle. Triangle is, here are the questions, then the context, and then the clarity. So the questions are, we're digging, what is this? And we put it into context, and then we answer those questions at the other side of the triangle. So the question that I'm asking is that there's no way that the Mishnah picked these four attributes, listed them in any haphazard order. There's got to be a definite order to this. And what it's saying is that you want to be wise, strong, rich, and respect. Here are the ways that you do it. But the order has to be specific. And my question is, why does respect come at the end? And what is up with the order? So in order to explain it in a clear way, here's the context, the top of the triangle, is that there's all of life is a balance of two things. We're always balancing. Human existence, you have two eyes, two ears. There's always a balance between the two. We're always balancing spiritual and physical. And we're always balancing what I like to call I and all. There's a phrase, I, thou. Maybe you're familiar with it. I personally don't use it. I don't use thou anymore. I cut that out back in the 1800s. But I, thou is like, oh yeah, me, what's good for me, and thou, or thee, what's good for you. But I really think that the dichotomy of life is that you're balancing between I, me as an individual, and all, that the whole world is really one on a quantum level. Meaning, all of life is very specific. It's very individualistic. Everybody is unique. So that means everybody is in the same room right now, and yet everyone is in a different room because you all view it from a different angle. Everybody lives in their own world that's unique to them. life innately is very individualistic. Communism got it wrong that we could all just work and make the same money. We could all live in those block apartments that are very ugly in Moscow when everything is equal. Because no, people are different. Their faces are different. Their lives are different. An economic system that does not acknowledge individuality didn't make sense. So there's an I part of existence. And then there's an all. All means that all of us at one time have a feeling that maybe the whole world as we speak is really connected. Maybe everything is really one, and that we all share the same thing, that we're all cut from the same fabric. And really there's a universe, a perspective that unites everything in a quantum entanglement. I think that the two conflicting poles that all of us have are between these two realms. It's better phrased as I all, not I thou, not thinking fast and slow only, but that it's thinking fast means, oh, the big picture. Thinking slow is the practical picture. The practical is my individualism, my unique take. The all is when everything is one. So here's, I think, what the flow of the Mishnah is saying. First step, you always have to deal with yourself first, not others first. Martyrdom is out in Judaism. We're not pro-martyrdom. We don't believe, oh, give your, like, you know, I'm such a nice person. I have no time for myself because I just volunteer all the time. I love to give to other people. Giving to other people all the time is not a good concept. You have to first work on yourself. You can't give if you don't have. So how do you have? What do you have? What are your positive attributes? Says the Maharal of Prague, there are 3 positive attributes. There are 3 attributes of who you are. There's your mind, your intellect, there's your soul, your nefesh, your emotions, and then there's your body. In order for you to complete that process of the world, you have to get in line your intellect, your emotions, and your body. Your intellect is called wisdom. That means you need to obtain information to change your brain and your perspective in an intellectual sense. Your emotions means even though I know something's true, it's still hard to do it. So who's strong, meaning you took information and you made that part of reality, that's strength in overcoming and channeling emotion. And then you need to live in the moment, be here now. How do you live in the moment? That's called wealth. Wealth means I'm positively at one in the physical world. The temperature is set correctly. My chair is comfortable. I'm in the now. And what's that? When you're happy with your lot, meaning when you could finally get the information, have the strength to make that real, and then be at one with the now, that's how you fulfill who you are on a personal level. You fulfilled and you completed your mind, your emotions, and your body. That's the first 3 parts of the Mishnah. Who is wise, strong, and rich corresponds to the mind, the soul, your emotions, and then your body. But then all of that is in suspended animation, because who really cares that you're smart? Who really cares that you're strong? And who cares that you're rich? It's irrelevant unless you give it away, unless you make your individuality part of something bigger. So the final part of the Mishnah is saying, okay, you're now smart, strong, and rich. Now that's all in the vertical between you and God. Now it's a question of how do you deal with the horizontal between you and others. So now you want to give respect to everyone. And when you do that, you're respectable. You might be smart, strong, and rich, but it's irrelevant. Nobody cares. It's only relevant if you make your individuality part of something bigger. It's only relevant if you make your individuality, you're unique. But is it part of something bigger? Are you just smart? Are you just strong? Are you just rich? Or do you allow that which you've gained in your intellect and in your emotions and in your wealth to become part of something bigger, to give it out and connect to others? What's connecting to others? The connection to others is respect. Respect is deeper than love. It means I create an environment that you need to live. When we have respect, when you acknowledge who I am, I feel that I can live. When I do that, when I take all my intellect and my strength and my wealth, but I give it away, I make it that you can now live, then I'm honored. Then I'm part of that. Let's take a quick look at Larry's conversation with Yoshi that I think starts to indicate the opposite of what respect may be.
Wow.
Yes.
What did he do in the war?
He was a pilot,
Really? What kind of a pilot?
Kamikaze Pilot.
Wow.
Wouldn't he be dead?
Not all of them died.
I know, but Kamikaze Pilot, it kind of implies that, a Kamikaze pilot is a pilot who crashed and died, right?
But he didn't.
He survived.
Thank goodness for that.
He survived.
Yeah.
Here's to what did you say?
Combat, yes.
But what happened exactly? Did he try and crash the plane into a ship?
He grazed the ship.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
He grazed the ship.
Graced it.
Is that because there was some kind of malfunction with the
It
plane?
doesn't really matter. He grazed
I'm just
it.
curious,
And
just
he lived,
curious.
And he's alive.
and he's alive.
Yeah, but at the last second, what happened? Was he coming down and all of a sudden he said, Jesus, this is kamikaze business might not be for me. I think maybe I'll go back to base.
Okay.
Was it something like that?
It's
Huh? So what happened at the last second there?
I'm uncertain.
You know what's good is the rainbow roll because it gives you a little bit of everything high.
Are you ready to order?
Yes.
I will have the chicken teriyaki.
Chicken teriyaki.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Chicken. How about you, Yosh? Little chicken?
The concept is that oftentimes we're curious about something. I just want to know, your dad was a kamikaze pilot? Like, how did he live? Okay, this is obviously an uncomfortable subject. You can't be a veteran kamikaze. That's like an oxymoron. So you should just drop it at that. Whatever it is, mechanical error, he chickened out, doesn't matter. But Larry's curiosity, I'm just curious, drives him to the point. But I think this is the beginning of the opposite of respect. Because more often than not, we need a 3-second delay in our brain to think, is this what you want to hear? Or is this something that I would like to do? Respect doesn't mean bowing, oh, hello, or saluting you. Respect comes from the Hebrew word koved, heavy. I ascribe to you the heaviness that you deserve. I ascribe to you the heaviness that you need to live. So I won't view you as just an information picking field of like, whoa, he kind of grazed the plane. No, I'll just leave that alone. I will have the respect for you. Now, how important is respect, self-respect? The Talmud says, if you embarrass somebody in public, it's as if you killed them. The opposite of respect is embarrassment. Whereas, and giving honor to someone, it gives that person life. So here's the deepest thing. Relationships will crumble. Oh, he didn't respect me. Oh, she didn't respect me. What is respect? I ascribe to you the heaviness that you need in order to live. I treat you as a human who you are. If for some reason you're wearing a certain hat and I'm curious about that, and you seem to be uncomfortable, I won't go on and on about that. I will deal with that reality. But the opposite, when we embarrass, even on a light level, it's a feeling of death.
What?
This doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God. What? Cedar Sinai. Okay, we'll be right there. Bye.
Is this a joke?
Mayuki. Yoshi tried to commit suicide.
What?
He tried to commit suicide. Cedar Sinai. I gotta leave. I'll be back. Get the coat. Get the coat. Keys. Keys.
It's in here. It's in here.
Let's go.
Suicide. Jeez Louise.
Oh, wow. I just saw him last night. I had dinner with him.
You did?
Yeah.
Did he seem weird?
Well,
Was he nervous? Was he anxious?
Could he have lost face or been ashamed or humiliated or anything?
Of course, Larry knows that, yeah, he lost face, shame. When you shame someone, let's say you have a good joke at someone's expenses, it's not an issue of like, sorry about that. No, that's death. Life is not a roast. Doesn't mean I have to talk to you in third party, but it means I need to acknowledge who you are in the way that you need to be. Now, the ultimate non-respect is when you can't connect to that. Let's see how Larry deals with the scenario.
Here's what you should be concerned about. You're the reason why Yoshi tried to commit suicide. Come on, how's that possible? The whole kamikaze thing? I was curious about that, so I asked. Excuse me for having a curious mind that asks questions of people. I'm curious about how you can be a kamikaze pilot and still be alive. There's a lot of kamikaze pilots that are still alive. You say that, and I say to you, they are not kamikaze pilots. He grazed the ship. That sounds to me like I think I might head home. This is fucking insane. You taunted him, you called him chicken. I didn't call him chicken. I ordered chicken. I ordered chicken, you idiot. There's a difference. Here's the difference. You're a chicken. I'll have some chicken. You're a chicken. I'd like a piece of chicken. Well, he understood it as you calling him a chicken.
He must have taken it the wrong way.
So here's how he deals with it.
Okay, I'm gonna call him and apologize.
Okay. Where's my dad's phone?
Hello?
Oh, hey, Yoshi, this is Larry David.
Oh, hello, Larry.
I'm actually, I'm calling to apologize.
I'm sorry if I said anything that might have been inappropriate. I don't really mean anything to happen. I was just kind of curious.
With the whole kamikaze thing, you know, I hope.
Are you
you'll forgive
eating
me.
something?
I'm eating pistachio nuts.
You're eating pistachio nuts while you're apologizing to me?
Yeah, so?
You can't be sincere about apologizing then snack on pistachio nuts.
What? I can eat and apologize.
There's no pistachio crunching and apologizing.
I respectfully disagree. I've snacked and apologized many times in the past, and everyone's always accepted it quite graciously.
Well, that might be the way you do things in your family, but we don't snack and apologize.
What, is that a Japanese thing?
No, that's a human thing, all right?
Hey, did you mention me in that suicide email?
That's a human thing. Now, I think all disrespect comes down to snacking and apologizing. We've all had the experience of somebody on the phone who wants to also eat. Okay, there are different levels in phone conversations. If I'm truly friends with you, I will have a regular phone thing. I'll even maybe go to the deluxe landline, but at least I will speak to you maybe on directly to my cell phone. If we are not that good friends, or I don't have that respect for you, I'll give you a Bluetooth drive talk. Not a regular walk down the street Bluetooth, which is acceptable, but the Bluetooth, are you driving? So this is like just a callback while driving. Like we're not on the conversation level. You're just getting rid of the callback while you drive. Now, some people do the eat and callback thing, where like you're clearly eating. How do I know? Because your mouth that you normally speak with for the conversation is also the same reality that crunches the food. So I hear it. I hear your words and your chewing. And that's disrespectful because what are you doing? Now, if I want to apologize to you, that means I am actually connecting to your reality. I might have been curious, but obviously you hurt your feelings. When I snack and apologize, that means I'm still in my own world. I only really care about me, and I'm snacking and apologizing. All respect comes down to, were you snacking and apologizing, or did you stop snacking to apologize? When you respect someone, that means that, okay, you are you who you are. You deserve to live in a world that will enable you to feel important, that you exist. All depression is connected to meaninglessness, and all normal happiness means our lives have meaning. Now, let's say you have a whole idea that you thought of, and you come and tell me, oh, I thought this was a great idea, we're gonna go away with each other, and I'm like, no, I don't wanna do it. I cut you off. Anybody who's ever been in a relationship knows the notion of don't interrupt me, don't cut me off. That means if you have a significant other who has a plan, they wanna share that with you, you're gonna have to listen to that and then say you don't wanna go. But when you interrupt, I'm saying my reality is more important, not yours. After you become wise, strong, and rich, now the goal is, I gotta give life to the world. All the brios, every single person on earth, I have to give them respect. Doesn't mean give them love. Yeah, it says love your friend like you love yourself. That could be weird. Like love your, first of all, it does not mean neighbor. Re'echa means love your friend like you love yourself. Love your neighbor like you love yourself, would be weird to be in an apartment building in New York, be like, hey, what's up? I just moved into 6J. You're in 6H. Yeah, I love you. Let's hug it out in the elevator. Like, no, that's totally weird.
So
You can't do that.
Testament thing?
I don't know. Or it's like, we all know people that are, let's say, I think you should be nice, you should be real, but if you're overly lovey, that's weird. Respect means that I love you, maybe, I definitely like you and I respect you, but I'm going to give you the space that you need to live, give me the space that I need to live. So what the mission here is saying is that after you become an individual, what's your final leg of this journey? Now you give it to others. What do you give to others? You give them life. And what's life? Respect. When you give respect to others, I acknowledge you for who you are, even though it's different. In my book, there's no kamikaze pilots that survive. But in your book, they do. I will give you the reality that you need in order to live. When a person gives respect, that is your respect. So who's respectable? Somebody that gives respect. Why? Because by my giving respect, I'm showing you that I believe there's a world that's bigger than myself. In the I all conundrum, I acknowledge I'm smart, I'm strong, and I'm rich. I'm an I. But my I only means something when I give it and make it part of the all. I'm an individual. I acknowledge that, and I'm at one with my individuality. But I realize that I'm an individual is here for me to give it to be part of the all. I start with the I and I end with the all. So who is respectable, that your wisdom, your strength, and your wealth mean something? It's someone that gives it away, gives respect to others. By showing that you're giving respect to others, that indicates you got it. But if I'm just rich, if I am strong, and I am wise, and I don't respect you, it's irrelevant. You could know all of the Torah, fight all of your negative inclinations, be totally happy where you are. But if you're locked in your box and you're not connected to the world, you're not someone through who life channels. We believe we're channeling a bigger energy than ourselves and connecting that energy through us to other people. So that's why the Talmud says, if you run after respect, respect won't run away from you. If you run away from respect, it'll go towards you. The concept is, if you want respect, being like, oh, check me out. You actually only believe in I? No, there's no respect. But if you're like, no, it's not me, it's the energy that I'm channeling. Respect that energy. You run away from it, then it comes towards you. So what's our goal? Our goal is that we need everybody, in order to live, there's oxygen for the body, self-respect. The number one temptation in our generation, it's not, I want to ride a motorcycle and do lots of methamphetamines, maybe drive trucks. That's not our Yetzer Hara. That's not our temptation. Our temptation is that we just want to lie in bed and watch Netflix for hours while eating potato chips. And that's it. And that's essentially the life. That's the when your phone dies now and you're faced with brushing yourself off from potato chips, like, how do I deal with life? Oh, if you feel your life has meaning, you're important, we need you, you'll be able to function. But what's that? First, yourself is in order. I finish my mind, my emotions, and my body. And it was not just for me, it was for the all. You can't start from the bottom. You can't skip the first 3 steps, be like, you know what, I'm not so sure about being wise, strong, and rich, but I'm going to respect everyone. Look how great I am. Oh, I respect you, I respect you. Like, no, you don't have anything to give away. You first have to be an individual in order to be part of the general. When you get your own act in order, that spreads to the world. If your act is not in order, that doesn't spread to the world. And that's the deeper, real concept of Hanukkah. Not about oil, it's not about candles, not about latkes, not about donuts, not about having 8 presents as opposed to 1 big present. Nothing about that. It's only about one concept, that the Torah that we have illuminates in an above nature way. We channel a higher energy. And where do you put it? You put it by the window of your home. Why would you put it by the window of your home? It's dangerous, near the drapes. What do you have to tell the neighbors we're Jewish? Well, why? Just like let it be. Just light it in the home. Don't advertise. No, the concept is that we know it, but we want that the light that's in our own home spreads to the outside. It's all a metaphor. That when you illuminate on the inside, it should be to an extent that it spreads to the outside. That's exactly the pattern of the Mishnah. First there's vertical, then there's horizontal. Vertical means, what's your good attributes? You have a mind, you have a soul, a nephesh, and you have a body. Great, get it in shape. But in the end, if you don't give it away, then you're just a narcissist that was well developed. But when you give it away, that's respect. Then you are a respectable person. What does that mean, you're a respectable person? You're now part of something bigger. Depression versus non-depression is meaninglessness versus meaning. Meaning comes not by aggrandizing yourself and feeling awesome about your individuality. Meaning is when you develop the individuality in order to make it part of something bigger than you. Something bigger than ourselves is something that we all know is true. And how do you do that? What's the big spiritual connection to the all? The big spiritual connection to the all is when you deal with every person in your path as a unique individual who deserves your respect, regardless of your own opinions. It's not a discussion. Who you are, respect. You don't need to cure a disease for you to gain my respect. Respect is innate in every single person. The end. Thank you, guys.